guys, welcome to Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. It is June 25th and I cannot believe we are like a third of the way through the summer. I have a ton of stuff to show you today. I have a finished project. I've got projects in progress. I've got a ton of new products. I have a brand new Lori Holt item that you guys are going to love that we are pre-selling, and so showing it today will be the first time I've shown it to anybody. And just a lot of fun stuff to show you. I'm super excited because I haven't finished my what is it called? July Patriotic Flea Market Flowers. I have not finished that, guys. Like, I was supposed to finish that like 4 weeks ago. So anyway, I'm kind of embarrassed, but that's okay. So let's get started with the first new item. It is the 6th in the series. It is the Stitchy seed packets. And so this shipped out to our club members 2 weeks ago. And so it's online. Okay, we stitched this on Natural Rustico 14 count. And this is the Roses pattern. You can get it either in a paper or a PDF. These two items right here are from the Roses Seed Packet Finishing Kit that's made from Lady Dot Creates. And then this is the 7x9 inch walnut wooden shelf sitter. And this one we did do a tutorial on. And I still haven't finished the other two that I'm supposed to. Now my hint to you for August is asters will be that's going to be the flower for August. And we're in June. Sorry. Asters will be, oh, it's right there. Asters will be a little bit delayed in July. It's going to come a little bit later than normal because we're waiting on the finishing kit. And if you are, you can still sign up for the club. We'll probably close that soon because we're already halfway through the year. These come out about 5x7. This, oh, I forgot to say, this is 14 count. And I really love the look of this fabric because when you're stitching, like if you stitch this on all white, I feel like all that open space, it just looks so bad. So I feel like the Rustico is so nice because it kind of fills the space without any work. And this is 70 by 98 stitches. This one doesn't take very long at all. And then I'm going to show my stitch along progress. I'm going to start with my FFOs, then I'm going to go into stitch finishes, then I'm going to go into whips, and then I'm going to go into my kitted projects, which means I have been doing not enough stitching and my kitted projects are starting to stack up. So I'm going to have to sit my butt in a chair and stitch really fast. I did go to a basketball tournament this weekend. It was quite the hot mess, and I'm going to blame that on why I am behind. So let's start with Simply Stamps. This one is so exciting to show you. So first I want to show you, this is a Minky Kim pattern, and it's called Flatmates Pouch Trio, and there are 3 sizes. And if you haven't followed Minky Kim, she has a YouTube channel. You can either search Minky Kim or Sewing Illustrated. Super fun. But the Simply Stamps, this was the stitch, and then this was the quilt. And I finished both of them, and I thought of Minky because I love her videos. She has been a guest on our YouTube channel on the quilting side, but it's been years and years. And I just thought of her and I thought, you know what? I bet she could turn these into some really, really cute bags with some of the patterns that she sells. So this is the stitch. And so all of the items that we're showing here, they're all her notions. So she makes her own notions. She's got a lot of charms and a lot of these tools for your bags. And we sell all of them, or you can find them on her site. So this is one side of the bag. And then this is the other. Now this is so cute. Okay, in the Sew Sampler box, one of the notions recently was a pack of labels. Now you could only get this with the Sew Sampler box, but she sells a ton of these. So what's really cool is on this bag she put a label, but she put a magnet under it so it can be a needle minder. So that is super, super, super cute. I gotta use it, and I gotta use these bags soon. So this is a smaller version, and then this is a bigger version. This fabric is Sunset Ridge. She's a fabric designer for Riley Blake. And so one side is the clear vinyl, and then one side is the cross stitch piece. And then these are different charms. This is the strawberry sewing, this is the strawberry enamel charm, and this is the green sewing machine charm. And we have a lot of her charms. Some are gold, like this one, and some are rose gold. So you can kind of see the difference. And then she also has her own zippers. And you can see they're both cream. This one's gold and this one's rose gold. So she just used a combination of all of her things. She quilted it, but oh my gosh, these are so cute. So huge thank you to Minky Kim. And if you ever want to make bags, that is who I would go to. She does the cutest stuff. And I just love all the embellishments on it. Oh, and then this one's so cute. She put, this is felt, and she, oh, that was our iron. This is felt, and she cut it out with one of those rotary cutters that's, what do you call that, curved. So anyway, I'm excited to use these, and you will get to see these soon in some of my projects. And then this is just nylon, vinyl. This is vinyl. So I'm not sure what vinyl she used, but we do sell the By Annie vinyl, and that we sell so much of it, so it must be a good quality because of the amount we sell with it. I've used it once or twice. It does not come in a kit. These right here are 2 separate patterns that are available as PDF. They're called
Quilt Forever Simply Stamps and Stitch Forever.
Quilt Forever Simply Stamps and Stitch Forever Simply Stamps. And we have other Simply Stamps that we've done, and so we are hoping to keep doing those. And I'm so excited about these. But yeah, this is like the perk of owning Fat Quarter Shop, is getting to work with amazing designers, getting to show other people's work, and then, you know, showing how, you know, Fat Quarter Shop did one part, and then Minky Kim, you know, this is a whole collaboration because Jocelyn designed this, Minky designed all the fabric, she sewed all of it. You know, it's just like a great collaboration. It doesn't come in a kit, but it's super cute, and I just wanted to show it to you. This also is that same magnet. And I think she's going to put some stuff on her channel on how she did it, so that if you guys want to do the same thing, of course, you know, this is her pattern. And then I wanted to point out, these are 3 different sizes, and she didn't use that exact size here. She just used the same technique. So, and it's basically, what's great about it is there's a front piece, there's a back piece, and there's binding. So there's no gussets, no, I don't know, nothing funny. Basically, if you can make a front and a back and binding, you can make the bag. And I'm always scared to make bags, but bags like this, I really do feel like they are doable.
Are there any raw edges?
There are no, oh, nope, there's no raw edges. There's not. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so zoom in, Jordan. So I did want to point out, on this one, she quilted the front and the back with cute pink thread. This one, she used the same thread, and it's cream. Okay, so what she did is, when she did the zipper, she stitched this down on the bottom of both. And then when she added the binding, it covered everything. So there are no raw edges. And then here you can really see the detail of that. And this. So cute. So huge shout out to Minky Kim. You can see the quilting there. And I love the fact that she used some gold, some rose gold, all just different stuff. And these, I did want to point out, these are so cute. Sometimes when I use these, I put them on my car keys, because I have a hard time finding my car keys. So whenever I start like trying to lose them or whatever, I'll put them on there, and then you can hang them from a hook, like at home by our back door, we put the keys. So cute. So I've had this for a while. We just haven't had time to show it. And so I'm so excited to show it because now I can actually use it. So exciting. And I did want to let you know there are photos within the pattern. And then there's like up close detail on how she did it. So I feel like it is very doable for somebody like me who, you know, doesn't really sew very many bags. But if you'll have more questions on the bags, just let me know. Stitch Card Set You. This is by Lori Holt. And this one I got all stitched. So I just did one each week. So for Jolly July, what was it?
Red, white, and June.
Red, white, and June. I was going to do two things. This and then the next one I'm going to show you. Or no, not the next one. The one I'm going to show you in a little bit that's called Patriotic Flea Market Flowers. But I got this one done. And on this one, what I did was I used the DMC colors. I used the charts. The model right here is stitched on Heritage 25 count. But I stitched on Vintage Country Mocha 14 count, and I stitched on the non-modeled side. So you can see how this side is so much darker. You can kind of see. I felt like it showed up a little bit better. And then in between, I left 2 stitches. I was not sure. One was definitely too small. I thought about 3, and then I came up with this. And so super cute. And I love the aqua in here. It's kind of a different aqua for Patriotic. I think it came out good. Thank you to Kathy Dayton. She says, I love making bags. We'll certainly use her techniques. Yeah, and her YouTube channel is great. She also does reels that I see that pop up on Facebook. And she's just the sweetest lady ever. If you've ever met her, she's just so sweet. So I'm excited that I got this one done. We're not sure how we're going to finish it. We're hoping maybe it would fit one of the paddle boards we have, but I think it might be a little too long. Like I feel like our paddle board's a little bit shorter than this, but now that it's done, we can take the time to try to figure out how to finish it. And do we have a sneak peek for Stitch Card Z? No, is it being stitched?
I think they're working on designing it.
Okay, I think they're working on designing it. I think Y has been stitched.
Yes, we've shown it.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, I think, yeah. And I know I've seen Z, but I honestly can't remember what it is. We see so much stuff. Okay, so I'm excited that I got this one done. And I do like the order that we picked. You know, we worked together. You guys told me what order to go in. And so basically I went in reverse of the numbers and I put the flag at the top. And so that was thanks to you because you guys told me which order to stitch it in, and that made it super easy. And then the next thing that I worked on and finished was the brand new pattern, Good Old Days by Stitching with the Housewives. And that is basically a paper pattern. It eventually comes out in PDF about, I think it's 5 or 6 weeks after. I stitched these a while ago. I stitched these on chalkboard black. And so with this series, there's a thing at the top that says Good Old Days, but I'm not making that. I'm only doing the 3 parts. Now, we worked with Paisleys and Polka Dots, and they have come up with something very cute for us to feature. You'll have to purchase it from them, but I don't even think it's on her site yet. But next week, Denise is going to be showing us a finishing of how to finish our items to use on one of their boards. It's super cute. I think this one started with April or May. I think it started with April. So I've done April, May, June, July. These take not very much time at all. I will tell you that purchasing there is definitely a dye lot difference in the chalkboard black. And I feel like, oh, and then look how much I traveled on the back. I was like, you know what? this is a day where it's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna, the one thing that I will say is when I'm going to travel this much with thread, I always do the lightest first and the darkest last. But this means I was stressed out, that the flag one. So this is my mind when I'm stressed out. And this is my mind when I have my stuff together. And I can just admit that yesterday my son came back from Japan and I had a little meltdown at the airport. But me and the airport, we are not friends. But I guess I'm grown enough to admit when I'm a jerk. Okay. And, oh, this is funny. The reason this is cut all funny is because I did it in a hotel room with my sweet snip scissors. And that was as close as I could cut. So that was funny.
Did you change any thread?
I didn't change any thread. If there's anything changed here, it was on accident. So I used called for. I didn't do anything different. Now, I have noticed because I've been stitching so much, I have been making a lot of mistakes. So you guys always point it out. But since I don't see anybody pointing it out, I'm super excited to think that I did this right. And then August is on our coming soon page. They have shown that on their channel on Stitching with the Housewives. So if you want to see that, the pattern's not out yet. If you're in the club, you will basically, the day we get those patterns, we ship those out to our club members right away. So I don't even have August kitted yet, but I can tell you that I have a backlog of cross stitch. I can maybe tell y'all my at the end if Jordan reminds me of my little San Antonio experience from last weekend. Okay, this is Flea Market Flowers. And boy, it looks crooked. Look at that. So when we get this framed, they're gonna have to really pull it. So see how that's wavy? They'll have to pull it to get it straight. So this pattern came out, let me see what year. 2021. So 4 years ago. But when it came out, I just remember thinking this would be so pretty and patriotic. Now, so I want to talk about how I started and then some changes I made. So I started on this side and I made the whole first flower.
What fabric is it?
This is Vintage Country Mocha 14 count by Zweigart. And then this is the same fabric I used on the stitch card U. And so you can see how dark it is. I didn't like it. So I basically gave that piece to Denise. We'll turn it into something. I didn't throw it away. I bought a new piece and stitched on the other side. So that was the first change I made. And I did the border first. So basically I've done the border twice. And then right here, this color right here, the one that's next to the white, it was color 822. And I didn't think it showed up, so I changed it to 644 DMC. And this is not finished. Those look like lollipops, so I haven't finished the leaves right here, so it looks kind of funny. So kind of my goal with this is I would just sit down and, you know, if I would pick like, oh, I have a lot of time today, so I'm going to do this one. Oh, you know, so basically, obviously, I didn't allot my time here good because obviously I have a lot of missing pieces. To get the thread conversion, you would get that with the thread pack, which we do have in stock. The pattern is available as paper or PDF. And then Lori did recolor this. She originally colored it on Prim 25 count Lugana. And I, like Denise said, I'm stitching on Vintage Country Mocha 14 count on the non-modeled side. And then I'm just going to read some comments. Kathy says she likes the lighter side of the cloth too. Kim says, Kimberly, you do beautiful work. Thank you. Oh, LD says, one of my favorite patterns ever. Your messias are perfect. Those are beautiful pieces. I love the flowers and patriotic. And then this one right here, this is going to be a lot of white. And it's the biggest one, so I'll do this one last. I am probably going to frame this one, but look at the crookedness of this. It is going to drive me crazy. Look at that. It's just like an ocean wave. That is really, look at that. And I don't know if I don't know. I'm almost nervous to take it to the framer because I'm afraid of what they'll do.
I can board it before.
Yeah, Denise might have to put it on how would you do it? On a sticky board? I'd probably have Denise do it first because I don't know if I trust them to fix it.
Usually when I take my stuff to the framer, I board it myself and they just put it in the frame.
Okay, well then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Denise do that. And let me know if you guys changed any of the colors. This one to me, looking at it, these really stick out right now. But once I get the white in here, it's gonna look okay. And I do wanna say thank you to Cheryl and Denise because I was texting them like 5 different versions of colors for this flower that I was changing it to. But you know what? I don't even think I realized that I forgot that until just now. And then I'm gonna give you a little tease. We might have found a perfect needle. We might have found a perfect needle to reproduce. Might have. Now I'm going to show you how, so kind of I showed you all, oh, I can't show that part. Kind of how I'll show, oh my gosh, hold on, let me fix these. Where's the pictures? Oh, okay, let me have those. Sorry. I want to kind of show you how I keep a project for all year. So this is the Mini Village series by Country Cottage Needleworks. And so this bag I have had since January. So basically these are just all the threads and they're just thrown in here. Now, what I'm going to do is pull the threads I need I need to start with July. I need to pull the fabric also, I haven't done that. And then I'll basically make a kit for July and then I'll keep the leftover somewhere. And then when I go to August, I will pull those. So this is kind of a hot mess of how I do my thread when it's a project for all year. And I just replenish, like after I run out of a holly berry, I add a new one. You can tell these are all from my stash because I just pulled this from my leftovers. And I haven't even had time to kit these up. These won't take long. I will tell you I love the July. I'm not so much a fan of August because it's a beach house and I'm not a very beachy person. A perfect needle, please say. Yes, we are working on it. And I do love these patterns. And I'm actually kind of disappointed because I have really kept up with this all year. I have been really staying on track and now I'm behind. But maybe at the end I can talk about maybe why I'm a little bit behind. But these are at the very end of the year, once we have all the way through December, we'll sell them as a set. I am stitching these on beautiful beige 14 count. I think I have the fabric at home. I haven't even looked yet. Okay, so we just finished Red, White, and June, but we really didn't finish it because I haven't finished stitching. But it is I promise it's going to be done soon. But I wanted to give you a tease for Jolly July. So for Jolly July, and I usually have one of these in all of my bags. For Jolly July, we're going to be stitching the Quilted Snowman, which is one of the new cross-stitch patterns from Lori. It came out, I think, in January. We just saved it for Jolly July. The sample is stitched on Heritage 25 count. There is a thread pack available. It is all DMC. And so Denise went ahead and put the DMC color in one of those Identa pins, and then just put it on the ring. And then these are Lori's mitten floss drops. They're super cute. So I think, and this is an extra skein, like if you need 2 skeins, we just throw it in there. Now, this is what I think I'm going to stitch mine on, which is also Vintage Country Mocha. And so on the modeled side, That's what it looks like, and that's really close to this. It is really close to this. So the white will look, you know, it will really show up. Option 2 is the non-modeled side, which is what Denise and I are leaning towards. Hopefully I remember that when I start. And so I have not decided how I'm going to break this up, but I'm thinking I'm thinking of doing something a little bit different this time. I'm thinking of going down, around, and then filling in just for fun, because obviously this is going to be the hardest part. And or maybe just outlining all of it and then filling in. The Up on the Rooftop stitch along is going to start later in July. There has been a delay with one of the fabric SKUs for the quilt kit, and so for that we always hold the cross stitch until the fabric comes, which is good for me because then it'll give me time to catch up on everything. At the end, maybe I'll just go through my list of, we can open my spreadsheet of all the things that I have going, and I can just tell some funny stories about why I'm behind. The pattern is in full color and really easy to see. It's super cute. There's obviously a quilt that goes along with this, but I would say my favorite part is probably going to be the hardest part, the trees and this. It's just going to be fun. So let me know if you're going to be stitching along with us in Jolly July. Basically, Jolly July will be similar to Red, White, and June, where I picked 2 projects, which is On the Rooftop and the Quilted Snowman. And you guys can maybe comment and let me know if you're going to stitch, what fabric you're going to stitch on. I think that's always kind of I guess the first decision you have to make. And then these, just so you know, these are skeins that you use 2 of. And so when we have that, we just throw them in there, and then when we run out, we add them on here. So cute. And that's all DMC. Okay. Now, I have finished some other stuff. This is going to be a tease. I'm going to show that. I'm going to put it upside down. So this is the Sweet Seasons with the Housewives 2025 Quarterly Cross Stitch Club. We've shipped the first 2 quarters. The last 2 quarters are coming up. This is fall. This is a tease. I've actually stitched all of this, and the winter is actually almost all the way done. Priscilla and Chelsea are stitching with the tea-dyed 28 count Monaco. I'm stitching with pale gray gingham 14 count. And the one change that I did make on all 4 of mine is because I used the pale gray gingham, I changed my bamboo to vanilla custard. So with that club, you get the pattern, the 6 skeins of Classic Colorworks, you get a quilting cotton fabric and an exclusive enamel needle minder, and then a zipper bag. So the next 2 months are August and November. That was a tease to August. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of questions before I go to the What's New, but I can tell you there's some super exciting stuff on the What's New that you guys are going to love. I'm going to answer questions while I kind of set this up. Emma says, I'm partway through the Quilted Snowman. I picked too light of a fabric, so I'm having to adjust white thread. Yikes. So, pick too light. So I would go with vanilla custard is a good white. I got black for the Up on the Rooftop 14 count. When will my Kimberly Sue's floss drops be back in stock? We can order those today. Just order all the colors that are low. Okay. Because that's on the reorder screen. I just haven't done it. How close is Vintage Country Mocha to Heritage? Do you think we have that in here? I think we do. We can show that. When does, okay. Let's see. Okay, so you guys are probably like, what the heck is she doing? I'm so excited about everything that's on this table. So we came out with a really cute design that was used on our Sweet Snips new scissor packaging, and we loved it so much.
I think Lori has it.
Oh, Lori has the heritage, sorry. Maybe next week we can show it. Okay, so we came out with this really cute design. Brittany designed it, and we thought it was so cute. So we made these bags. They're called So Tidy Cross Stitch bags. And so they come in a set of 12, but they're so cute. So they're basically like, I kind of think of like when you go to the Container Store and you get those fancy gift bags, because like if you go to the Container Store and you get a gift bag there, it's going to be way fancier and thicker than if you went to Target. So this is the paper that it kind of reminds me of. But basically what I do is let's see that bag right there. Yeah, that one. So basically you can there's a set of 12. So you just throw it in here, right? Then you're at basketball or dance or whatever, and then you have this sitting next to you and you just put all your threads in it, and then you go like this and you put it in here, and when you get home you can throw away your threads. So these are called So Tidy Cross Stitch bags. They're so cute. So basically we're just using them to put your floss in, and so we did a set of 12 because I wanted it to be where you got enough to use them, and the more bags we put in, the better price we could get. So those are so cute. We've been working on this for like, I don't know, a year. They're really cute. The next thing is the Today is the Day notebook pad by Lori Holt. So about, 5 or 6 years ago, she had a notepad and she wanted to bring it back. And so this is just so cute. It finally came in. Basically it has, you can put your date, you can circle the day of the week, you can do your to-dos. And this paper is much thicker than most of the stationery you would buy because she wants you to be able to write on both sides if you wanted to. So that's super exciting. This is in stock. The next item is going to be from the front camera. Okay, so years ago we had this item. It's called the Lori Holt Stitch Stand, which is just this. We had this, and basically you put your pattern in here, and there were some people who felt like the pattern didn't stay in very good, so we made a cosmetic change to where there's a little gather so it will stay in better this time. So we're basically remaking this, and then now she has a stand that you can put in there so that you basically put this next to your, and you can just see it. Now, these are gonna be the stitchy clips. You can either put them on as a magnet or put them on this way. And then obviously you would use, you would turn it to the other side where the, where you can actually see the stitching. So this is actually 3 different products. This is the stitchy stand, this is the stitchy board, and these are the stitchy clips. So right now we're pre-selling it. It's gonna ship end of July, early August, and it's a Lori Holt exclusive, and you can only get these at Fat Quarter Shop, I believe. One of the items I think we're wholesaling, but most of it we are not. So this, I will tell you, we put a lot of work into this. This took about 1.5 years to get all of this exactly the way Lori wanted it. And this is also great because, let me see one of my bags. Let me see the patriotic bag. I always think about bags, right? So this is gonna be great because this is how I will use it. Oh.
Do you need a pattern?
Yeah, do you have a pattern? Oh, sorry. So the way I would do it is I would just put this like this in my bag, and then it's gonna keep it flat and it's not gonna get so messed up, and then when I get to where I'm going I can flip it. So basically, I'm just making it where basically, you know, when you travel, wherever you go, it just makes it so easy. And these are, I mean, these are, Lori wanted these because everything has to be cute, right? And so she wants it to be cute. And when she stitches, she does, I mean, I've stitched with her many times. She does do this, and she puts it where she looks at it instead of putting it in your lap. So, super exciting. So that's the new thing. It's called Lori Holt's Stitchy Set. Now, just so you know, you can reserve that now by paying the reservation fee, and it'll ship to you first before everybody else. When it comes in stock, we will sell them individually, but this, it won't be at a discount when it comes in. Now I'm going to show you some other new things. That adorable flag bag is called the Americana Vinyl Bag. It's by Lori Holt. It is sold out, but we have more on order. So there are a lot of new patterns. This is Bits and Pieces by Little House Needleworks. It's super cute. I love the like little border around all of the items. And then this is Sweet Was the Walk. So these are both by Little House Needleworks. It says Sweet was the walk along the narrow lane. A Year in the Woods 2, number 1 is Wolf, and so we do have a club for this. We'll probably close it soon just because we already started it. But A Year in the Woods 1 was so popular. And so now we're in Year of the Woods 2, and this is the first chart. And then yesterday we got to see the second chart. This is a newer designer to us, and we bought this one pattern because I knew Cheryl would like it. It's called A Haunting We Will Go. And so one thing I can tell you is we're working with a new cross-stitch fabric company to bring you some cool printed fabrics with the fun colors that will have faster availability, so that when you're looking for something, maybe you won't have to wait as long as you have been for some of the cloth. Heart and Hand has 3 new patterns. Shepherd's Frill, and so if you search Heart and Hand Frill, there's a lot of small ones. Doodles, Red, White, and Blue. And so Doodles, I've made several of these. So it started off with, I think there was Seasons, and then it became Holiday, and then now I'm not sure. And then Sunny Day. So cute. I love all of her designs. They're so cute. I bet Cheryl makes at least one of these. Hands on Design has some new designs. I was stitching when stitching wasn't cool. That's a wrap. Thread, White and Blue. And Toes in the Sand. So I wanted to point out on this one, this is so cute. This is perforated paper, and then they turned it into a book. And then this is, I think this is linen fabric that she clipped and then made a bow out of it, or made a ribbon out of it. Kathy has a YouTube channel called Hands on Design, so I'm sure the detail is in there. She goes into detail on all that stuff. And then this is a quilting fabric. She always has so many cute details. This is, what's that, twill tape? What's that called, twill? Where you tie the...
Like cording?
Cording. But she always has a lot of really great, all kinds of great finishing ideas. There are some reprints from Blackbird Designs. There's a lot of them. I'm not sure exactly why these were picked or how Blackbird Design picks what they reprint. This is Anne Blossom as the Rose. Snow Garden, Swan Lake, Frosty's Night Out.
Jordan likes that one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little happy. A Heart Remembers. This one is a booklet, so it's got a lot. Winds of Autumn. This one's also pretty big. And then some other patterns. Now, one question we do get a lot is, how does Blackbird Design decide what they're reprinting? How long does it stay in reprint? And honestly, we don't know the answer to any of that. We get weekly emails from Hoffman Distributing Company, and we look at that weekly. And so, like somebody might say, well, where's Garden Club Series number 2 or number 5? We don't know. Well, see, there's 1, 7, 9, and 12. The others, I don't know. So we don't really know the answer to that. So there you go. And then Summer House Stitch Works, that's a wrap. And this is super cute. It's kind of that same thing. Fragments in Time, number 3 and number 4. And those are actually...
These two are companion pieces.
Oh, that's right. I was like, I knew there was a story. These two are companion pieces. And so there's a whole video on Hands-On Design and Summer House Stitch Works where they talk about this. And like how, you can make all of them and they all kind of go together. So you're actually stitching on the band. So this is 1776. There's 3 bands. This is like a banner. And then this is stars, flowers, and flag. I love watching cross-stitch videos, but it looks so hard to learn. If I can do it, you can do it. And then Jeanette Douglas, Seasons in the Garden, Summer Alphabet Garden, and then this is a series, Travel Together. We've shown 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4. And then these are super cute. These are called Christmas Dots. And this is the first in the series. These are super, super cute if you look at them on social media. So there's 2 designs each month. So, April, May, June. And there are finishing options available at JeanetteDouglas.ca. She's from Canada. And these are just super cute. From Primrose Cottage, we have Seasonal Sampling Summer, Fruit Salad Quaker, and then Garden Variety Watermelon, Cherries, Lemons, and Limes. And then for the finishing on this, the frame is by More Men Made, available through Primrose Cottage. So I think that's their dad. So the frames you can only get from Primrose Cottage. The patterns you can get from them or us or any local needlework shop. But the frames are going to be exclusively through them. Samplers and Primitives has Patriotic Heart, Flowers of Liberty, and Flowers of Freedom too. This is the first time we've carried their patterns, so hopefully they do great. And then Tiny Modernist. We have Fantastical Greenhouse. We have this, this is a 5-part series, so this is the 5th in the series of 5. We sell 1 through 5 individually and the full set. The Summer Cuckoo Clock. Yeah, this is just 1 pattern. And then the Beehive Scissor Case. Okay, so now I'm going to look through questions and see. I do want to let you know next Wednesday we are going to be doing a tutorial, and it's going to be on the Stitching with the Housewives Good Old Days series, and that is going to be unique because there is a rectangle finish and a circle finish. And so that will be a lot of tips from Denise on how to do that. Let's see. I'm just looking through your questions. We do have a Cross Stitch University to teach you how to cross stitch. And then I already have the flea market chart. Is there a chart conversion in line for the darker colors if I order the floss pack?
For patriotic.
For patriotic, you would have to buy the patriotic floss pack, and the conversions are in there. Have I ever done cross stitch finish as a fringed wall hanging? No. That would be scary. And are Wednesday and Friday live streams just for June? Yes, for now. So I'll just tell some funny personal stories just to end it. So Christopher had basketball this weekend in San Antonio. And so we had to leave work Friday. So first of all, the games were supposed to be at 5 and 7 Friday night. Okay, first of all, 8 o'clock is my bedtime. So I drive to San Antonio. I don't know anything about San Antonio. I stayed at like a normal hotel, not some high-end crazy hotel, just the hotel the coach was staying at. Pull in. Ma'am, would you like to valet your car? Our car is full of stuff. It's $69 a night. And I'm like, well, I guess so, because I mean, what else am I going to do with my car? I don't know where to park it. Kevin's not there. I'm just like, sure, whatever. Let me go in. I go in. My room's not ready. I'm like, okay. So we were like, we'll walk Riverwalk. Well, I don't know anything about anything. I'm horrible with directions. You don't ever want to go anywhere with me with any kind of directions because I will not get you there. So first of all, like my kids are like carrying all their stuff because they're like too scared to put it in the baggage area. I'm like, okay, whatever, you're weird. So I somehow decide that we're not going to walk the Riverwalk. We're going to walk above the Riverwalk to try to find the restaurant. There were so many homeless people, and I'm not saying anything bad about homeless people, but my kids have never like experienced that. And then there was a lot of religion, people trying to convert us. And Peyton was about literally to have a meltdown. I've never seen him like this. And he's like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. We're in this crazy city. So we go back to the hotel. The room's not ready. This is like 2 hours later. We got a basketball game to go to at this time. And I'm like, okay. So I was just like, can we just have any room? I don't care what room. As long as it has 2 beds, I don't care. So then I have to figure out, okay, where is this basketball game? So it's in walking distance. So we walk, we go. They get beat. I mean, when I say they got beat, I mean they got killed. Like, forget it. Forget it. We're not even. Okay, so we go, and Kevin and I, there was 30 courts in this convention center. Okay, I don't need that much noise. I don't even like to hear one person talking, much less. In my office, I have a white noise machine because I cannot stand noise. So Kevin shows up because he drove separately, and he's like, what is going on? There's too many people in here. We were like, okay. So between the games, we went in the lobby. We sat in the corner where nobody was, and we just sat there. None of us talked. It was me. Peyton wasn't playing, but Christopher was. So it was me, Peyton, Kevin. We're just sitting there. We're just like, okay, quiet time. We go in. The game's supposed to start at 9. And this dad was like kind of shushing us away. And we were like, okay, well, he's like, no, the 8 o'clock game has been moved to 9 o'clock. So your game is now 10 o'clock. And I'm like, excuse me? That bedtime was 8 o'clock. So I don't really know what to do. So Peyton was really tired because we've been going all day, and he watches every Friday night. He watches WWE. It is a thing. That is the one thing he wants to watch. So Kevin said, well, why don't we go get his car that wasn't in valet, because he wasn't even at the hotel. He like paid for some $25 for like 3 hours parking. So he's already mad. So we get his car, we go to the hotel, we drop Peyton off. We figure out how to park the car, which would have been fine. I could have not valeted if I had figured it out. We park, and then we decide we need to take all of Kevin's stuff from the car to the room. So we go. Peyton is in the room having a full-on panic attack. He's like, I have a story. And we're like, are you okay? Like, this is the second time in one day that my kid is like basically having a panic attack. Like, for real. Color change, everything. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, so we don't really drink around our kids. Like, they've never been around drunk people. They don't know what that is. So Peyton said, I came to the room. He came by himself because obviously we were parking the car. He wanted to see WWE. I mean, he is 15 years old. He can handle himself going to the room. He walked upstairs. There was a drunk lady passed out in front of our room. He's like, I didn't know what to do. I just stepped over her and went in the room. And I said, well, that's when you call security. He's like, I don't know how to call security. He is having a panic attack. So we're like, okay, I'm really sorry, but we got to get back to Christopher's game. We go back. The game's already started. They moved to some other court. They got killed, whatever. So we're like, okay, this is going great. So we go and we're like, okay, what time's the game tomorrow? 6 p.m. That means I could have drove my butt all the way back to Austin and slept in my own bed, saved my $69 for the ballet. That would have definitely paid for the gas. The $25, whatever Kevin had to pay to park, plus the $40 he had to pay just to park. And I mean, it was insanely expensive. So they're like 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, first of all, the first games changed. They were supposed to be 5 and 7. Then they became 7 and 10. So we're just piddling around all day. We go to the Alamo. We go to Starbucks. We found Alamo because I went to Starbucks. Went to the candy store. We would just like went to have ice cream. We get to the hotel room, and it's hot. When I say it's hot, it's hot. I'm telling you, I'm sweating. I'm disgusting. I stink. So I said, well, Kevin, what are we going to do for dinner? Because blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, the game's not at 5. It's at 6. It got moved. I'm like, what? So the game got moved, and it wasn't because we got beat. We had to go to some other place, so we had to drive. Okay, fine. We come back. The next game, 8 a.m. Sunday. I'm like, oh, my God, it's Sunday. So we go. They get killed. So we had to drive home. But the good story is I got to get picky on time because I got home in time. Look into loop earplugs. It silences some of the noise. So I have noise canceling headphones, and I always want to like just put them on. But I think the parents will look at me like I'm crazy. And I really don't ever know what's going on in the game. I just listen to what the dads say because like one of the moms, she like really talks to the referees. It's hilarious. But yeah.
Did they win any?
They won 1 game out of 5. It's okay. They got it. What a nightmare. No, I mean, it was fun. It was just like, it was one of those things where I just was like, I just wasted a lot of money when I could have gone home. We could have gone home. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it was just a lot of chaos. And 4 of us in 1 bedroom, I'm sorry. That is too much, but I'm too cheap to buy 2 hotel rooms. So like, can you try to imagine like 3 boys, 1 mom trying to get ready, and then Saturday morning, I mean, like, I need a day off, right? So I'm sleeping in. I wake up at 8:30. Christopher is nowhere in the room. I'm like, where are you? I'm like texting him. He's like, I'm with my friends. I'm like, it's 8:30 in the morning. What are you doing? He's like, I'm with my friends. I'm like, okay. Life experiences suck at times, but one hand, kind of good to have them. Yeah, no, I think it's actually great when they lose because it knocks them down into like reality. But it would be great if they could win every now and then because they're not bad. And then Will got home from, I probably shouldn't admit what I did yesterday, but I was a Karen yesterday, and I got yelled at by a cop in the airport. But he came back from Japan, and he was so tired, and I was so worried about him because he's really skinny, and he eats, but not enough. So I said, oh, you just got back from Japan. Let's go to Chewy's. It's my favorite restaurant. He's like, I hate Chewy's. I'm like, okay. So I took him to Kirby Lane, which is not my favorite, but we go. And he eats. He comes home. He goes to sleep at like, I guess it was like 4. He woke up at 10 o'clock. And he's like, okay, I'm up. I'm like, no, you're on Japan time. You were supposed to come home and like get back on Texas time. So he's going to be, it's going to take him a little bit to get, but the reason I'm really behind on stitching is all of Emma's college stuff has been quite let me tell you a little thing. When I went to college, this is what happened. I drove my little self in my little sedan that I used to get towed all the time because I never parked in the right spot. and I drove myself to college. I moved myself into college, and I moved myself back. Okay, now it's like very much parent involvement, and I get it, but like, can I just send my kid to college and just pay the bill? Like, why do you have to send me 50 text messages, 50 emails? And then I went to a whole seminar where they were talking about not being a helicopter parent. And I'm like, I'm not a helicopter parent, but I don't need you to tell me how to parent. They are now 18. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed with like the amount of stuff you have to do to send your kid to college. Not that I don't want to be that mom, but they expect you to go to every like, oh, parent weekend. There was no parent weekend when I went to college. You went to college. That's the point of going to college. So now, like, I'm supposed to go to this thing with Riley Blake, and now I have this parent thing, and I've got to cancel stuff, and I'm just like, come on. I mean, can she just go to college? So I'm behind because Christopher's playing too much basketball. Will went to Japan, and I had to go to a million meetings for that. Anyway, and we've been doing a bunch of charity stuff, but I'm super behind. One day I'll get caught up. Hopefully I'll be less stressed out when I see you next week. So I'll see you next Wednesday.